Kate here. You might know me as Madame Mindset. Just coming on here to make kind of an informal coffee chat video, and I decided I think I'm going to do this once a month as an extra Patreon perk. And what I'm going to do is just talk about what I feel like, and if you're interested in that, let me know, and if you don't like it, you can let me know about that too in the comments below. So first things first, I am starting back to work full-time next week. I am actually pretty excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous, and I think most of the nervousness comes from two things. The first being that I know that young students now know me and they know my face, and so I'm a little bit nervous to see what the students' reactions to having me in the school as their teacher every day is going to be. And the second thing I'm a little nervous about is that the school board now for 2 years has been doing the science of reading thing, and I haven't been working during that time, so I know that there's going to be a period, like a learning curve for me, which I am very excited to do and to learn, because I've heard really good things for the past 2 years about the success rate and the rate of progress of the students, and that like kind of excites me, because for all of my career I've thought that the other method was what's the word, ineffective, I think might be the word. Especially at my school, there are a lot of new Canadians, kids who don't know a lot about Canada and North America, and so the strategy of like guess the word always felt really stupid to me, because how are they going to guess snowman or bonhomme de neige? Like, they've never experienced snow, so that's not something that makes any sense to them. Even maybe making a snowman is something that they've never done before. Anyway, so that's, I have my class mostly ready. Now it's all the background stuff, and I did prepare a couple of things that I plan on using myself that I thought maybe I could share with you guys if you're interested in. And one thing is an editable substitute binder with some things in it that I am going to be plugging all my stuff into starting this weekend, like my schedule and all that sort of thing. And I am making for September anyway, activities to go into like a subtub or into my emergency sub binder, or the binder that I will be using when inevitably they remove me from the classroom to teach me how to teach the science of reading. So yeah, and I might add to this video what my classroom looks like. And as I said before, I don't really decorate. I did cover up some of the colors because that was it was giving me a little bit of anxiety having all the flashy colors in the room, so I tried to turn it into like a more neutral thing. Yeah, and I don't have a carpet. I didn't have a table for guided reading. Now I have sort of like a makeshift table, which I don't know if it will be replaced or not. I did put up my calendar thing, and I did do a bulletin board, and I brought a plant, and I will eventually like slowly be getting everything back. I tried to find everything that I gave away during the 2 years, and I can't find everything, and that's okay. I figured that would happen. So I'm just gonna have to get new things, I guess. So yeah, at the beginning of the summer, I subscribed to Masterclass, and if you haven't subscribed, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but definitely, like, I think it's super interesting even hearing these people talk about things that they're experts in. The thing that grabbed me in was watching the thing about brain health, and so I bought the 3 neuroscientists. I'm just gonna kind of globally put them under that umbrella. I bought their books. There's this one by Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett. I already bought her book about how emotions are made, and I'm slowly working through that one. I read this one in like 2 days. I'm not the fastest reader, and I also take lots of notes, and planning on making videos if I ever have time. This is something that happens in my brain, but planning on spreading the word about this sort of a thing. So, like, there are 7.5 lessons about the brain in this one, and really easy read. It's not very much science talk in it, but there is a little bit to try and explain about things. I do also make notes like this, just things that pop out to me. In the third lesson, which is about little brains that wire themselves to their world. I made a note here that said, I saw or read somewhere that mother's heartbeats help regulate the baby's heart rates even after birth. Is this true? Yes, it is. See page 85. So something made me wonder, like, oh, maybe this actually is true. And I'll get to that eventually. Something else that I thought was really stood out to me was any perceived pain is felt as pain in the brain. It's up to us to help children to learn to regulate and reduce painful experiences to encourage healthy brain development. I thought that was there's a lot of important takeaways, I think, in this one with regards to teaching little ones. Here's another one on the different lesson number 4, which is entitled, Your Brain Predicts Almost Everything You Do. So this note, it's impossible to change the past our students have experienced, but with some effort, we can change how their brains will predict the future. Learn new ideas, curate new experiences, and try new activities. Novelty is a huge thing when it comes to learning. The more I read about the brain, the more that seems important. So that was something that stood out to me. There are a couple of notes on the side here about the power of written words, the importance of empathy, and also about stress eating. Here's a note I have in lesson number 5 is, your brain secretly works with other brains, which is one of the parts that blows my mind. And this is the chapter that confirms that the thing I said before about mothers and babies' hearts work together, and the mother's heart helps regulate the baby's heart rates. So lesson number 5 about how our brains work together is kind of blowing my mind. But okay, so the note I wrote at the end of the chapter to myself was, you have a responsibility. Your ability to regulate yourself has a direct impact on the people around you and the environment that you live in. I don't think I wrote any more sticky notes. But definitely, it's just like a little tidbit book about the brain. It might be a good place to get started if you are interested in that sort of a thing. This is the only one that I've read all the way through so far, because I've been enjoying myself this summer. This one is written by, gosh, there's coffee stains on here. Oh my goodness. Anyway, whatever. Obviously, I do it in the morning while I'm having my coffee, but Dr. Wendy Suzuki is somebody that you maybe see every once in a while doing interviews and that sort of a thing. Professor at NYU. I am just over halfway through this book. This one is also a pretty easy read. There's a lot of information in this one about the importance of exercise when it comes to brain health. So healthy brain, happy life. There's a lot of personal information about her that like really resonated with me when it comes to having parents and family members with Alzheimer's and that sort of thing. I will maybe make a note about that one next time in the next coffee chat, just to explain about my thoughts when I finished reading the book. And the third one that I have not started at all yet, but I'm actually interested to read, but the size of the book made me choose it last, I guess. But this is the third doctor that was in the masterclass brain health video, Dr. Uma Naidu. This is Your Brain on Food. I'm very interested to read about the connection between gut health and brain health, And that's what this one is really about. And perhaps I wanted to start it later because it does look kind of physiology heavy. It has information about vitamins and alpha lipoic acid and sugar and omega-3s and gluten and information about insomnia, food that helps you sleep, food that helps you feel energy, food that worsens compulsions, your gut and memory, all that sort of thing. So I think it's definitely going to be interesting, but haven't started reading it yet. Whew, I feel really stuffy today. And so I did want to mention that. Oh, something else I wanted to mention was this summer, when on a day when it was kind of like this, like really hot and muggy outside, I decided what better idea than to exercise for hours, making teeny tiny exercise videos for my future meta mindset videos for the kids. I was actually sore for like 3 or 4 days afterwards. It was not a good idea to do over 50 of these teeny tiny videos. Sometimes you have to do more than one take because it didn't look right, or I was standing in the wrong spot and my arms are flailing outside of the frame or something. Anyway, so the next 3 videos that are kind of at brain break, well, they're all kind of brain break exercise ones. But the next 3 that have like only me in them are gonna have those ones inside. So the one is Danse Fige, which should be coming out soon. I just have to watch it to make sure that there are no little mistakes or anything. Hopefully I can catch them if there are. And I also had a fun time adding music and sound effects and that sort of a thing, so that's why it's taking a lot longer. Especially now that I'm going to be working full time, I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to feel overwhelmed and burnt out again, because I feel like this responsibility to like help everybody else out. Hopefully I will learn how to manage it better. I always do too much, it feels like, so I'm really trying to make sure that I take time out for myself and do things with family and friends and connect with people, because it's not the pandemic anymore, so I'm not shut up in my little room doing the videos all the time. So there are Danse Fige. There's going to be a couple of trampoline videos coming out. This is something that I did with the kids like a long while ago, and I saw somebody make a video of it where there are kids like actually jumping on trampolines. But what I tell the kids in class is imagine you're jumping on a trampoline, because when you jump on a trampoline, you're just like up and down, up and down. You maybe noticed this before, but when you're jumping, you often have a tendency to travel, be it forward or backward or sideways. And kids will definitely travel a lot more than adults will. So telling them to imagine that the spot they're standing on is a trampoline and then doing the jumping. So I'm working on the graphics and how that works out. Maybe I'll show you like a little sneak peek of what that looks like. And then another one of Lance les dés, where it's something that I do with the kids in class too, but we would do it in real time. But this way you can do it with me if you like. Kid has a dé, and then they'll roll it, and then whatever number they get, they do the exercise that's showing up on the screen. So if you rolled a 3, then you do the exercise of the number 3 that's on the screen. Yeah, so that's something that's coming up soon, and I'll maybe give you a little preview of that. Probably the next video is going to be near the end of September, me just talking about my thoughts of my first month back to work full time, and how I feel, and all that sort of thing. And if this is the type of video that interests you as a patron, please let me know, because feedback is super valuable. It's hard to get feedback when you're just talking to a camera in an empty room by yourself, and I really appreciate getting the feedback. So thank you so much for your support, guys. Definitely making these videos over the past 2 years have been possible in large part because of your contributions, and having people subscribe and do that helps me keep me motivated to keep making videos for you all. So I want to thank you very much for your support all this time, your continued support, certainly. Yeah, so if you've already started school, I hope you had a good first week. And if you're starting this coming up, I wish you the best of luck. I know you can do it. I see all the teachers in my school working so hard, and all the people on the internet that I see That's something definitely that I think is a little bit undervalued, is how much work goes into putting all this together. I mean, you're working so hard. You're so amazing. I can't wait to have all these new little hearts in my classroom that I get to take care of for a year. Best of luck to you all. Don't forget how amazing you are. You're doing good work. And even if I don't see it, I know you're doing it. À la prochaine.